Hi.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. My chicken's waving his head.
Corona chicken. That chicken's
My
name
Corona
is
chicken.
Coroni.
I love my chicken.
Coroni chicken.
That's it, my Coroni chicken. How are you?
I'm good. I'm wearing my Darth Vader shirt.
Aw,
Trying to slay the markets to just go to the grocery store.
yeah. I have my marathon shirt, on underneath my Breaking Bad
Los
apron.
Pollos Hermanos.
That's me.
Nice.
Yeah, remember back in the day when everyone could be on a set and there was no worry about guest stars?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That has me deeply concerned for our industry, I have to say.
I know. Well, you will act again. You will do things again. We all will make movies again. It's just we have to figure out how to make it safe.
Yep.
And
Mhm.
you know, everyone. I was talking to some people the other day who were like, "Oh yeah, if we can just get a good test." I'm like, that's not really happening in our country where it's reliable and good and easy and
Accessible every single day, where you could test someone every single day, like a pregnancy test, and find out within minutes if they're safe to be around.
But
that would have to happen every day on a movie set.
But the test has to be. It's complicated. I don't know if you've been listening to the doctors who are talking about what the test actually has to figure out, and and then when you get the waiting for the results and having them interpreted by a physician, and it's just
crazy.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot for sure. But people are figuring stuff out. There's people doing play readings. Our friend Laura is going to be in a play reading on Zoom. So that would be fun. And I think people are figuring out Zoom. I've seen it Saturday Night Live. People are doing a something about it's a takeoff on the worst days of our lives.
It's really funny. Well, in all of this, on the comedic side, the creativity that's come forth out of necessity, and then we got to do a reading the other day with Terry. That was fun. But I mean, how would you, I've been producing this thing where I've been interviewing people and directing them from here. It's so weird. It's like, no, fix your light. No, can you do it this way? And they're just looking at me like I'm crazy. But
yeah, it's all gonna change. You know what won't change? Eggplant.
It's so delicious. We love eggplant. I love eggplant.
I know. These are beautiful. I saw these the other day in the store, the striped ones.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah, they're really lovely. And I thought, I have to make those. I have to make them.
They're so pretty. They're almost too pretty to eat. The colors.
Yeah, the colors are. These are a cross between the traditional purple and the white Japanese ones. Now, I grow those in the summer, the Japanese white ones, because I love them. They're so creamy, and they have very little seed in them. So that's another reason why I chose this one instead of the standard purple one, because they have less seeds in them.
Well, they sure are pretty.
That's what I'm making.
Sometimes I wish I could paint still life of vegetables.
Oh, I know. My table is very beautiful. If my husband wants to come over with the camera, you can see it. My mise en place.
I can fly it over.
He's going to fly over. He's going to do a flyover.
Here we go.
A little tangled here. People. Sorry, we're a bit tangled.
Getting crazy.
Whoops.
Tangled. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Oh, it looks like we're somewhere. Okay.
Yeah, we're somewhere in the kitchen.
Okay.
There we go. See my beautiful table?
Look how gorgeous.
Garlic and peppers and fennel. These came out of my garden. This parsley,
nice,
thyme, and this sage came out.
Beautiful.
And purple onion. Yeah, it's all gorgeous. Now we're going to eat it. Yay.
Yum.
Yeah.
Yum.
So I washed my eggplant already because when I came home after shopping, I wiped it down with my Clorox thing and then I washed it.
Hey, I found a gallon of bleach and I said to the kids in the store, hey kids, we're going to have a special dessert tonight. They thought it was funny and absurd.
and absurd. Very funny and absurd.
They know it's absurd.
Yep, it is. Well, see, when you look in these eggplants, you can, well, I don't know if, yeah, you can see there's not a ton of seed. You can see like up at the top, there's one.
Yeah.
And it's super tiny.
So what are you doing with them right now?
Right now, I cut them in half. And I'm going to take the center out. I'm going to scoop out the middle part. And I'm going to try and leave like about a 1/2 inch wall of eggplant. Like, can you see that?
Yes.
And then I'm going to scoop that middle out, let's see, with a spoon. And I'm going to cook that middle of the eggplant in a minute. But I wanted to get a good cut on it first.
I think eggplant is another one of those vegetables, much like an artichoke, that people are afraid of and they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is an easier way to do it too, is to kind of hatch it in the middle. You can see there it's already coming up.
It's a really tasty vegetable.
Yeah, it is. There's so much you can do with it. Like this is sort of I would call it like an eggplant parmesan, kind of, the way it's going to be in the end.
But the eggplants are actually holding the stuffing.
Yeah. So I'm just going to scrape them out. And these are going to be like in little cubes. And I'm going to cook that eggplant with all the other vegetables. So this would be an easy thing to make vegetarian if you want. I won't be doing that because I like my sausage.
Disclaimer.
Yeah.
If you had a banner right now, it would say, you can if you want. Disclaimer, this has meat.
Yeah, but I'm not doing that because I like my pork. And I have my Moink box that has sent me pork and beef, and I'm going to be using a combination of pork and beef as the stuffing.
Yum. That's going to be delicious.
Yeah, it will be. I can tell you that it will be. So, but if you didn't want to do that, you could do everything I'm doing without, the meat. And if it were me and I was going to do it veg, I would add pine nuts myself.
Yes, pine nuts, mushrooms.
Yep.
Things like that.
Yep, stuff that I think the pine nuts would add a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of crunch, and so you just got to be careful when you're doing the crosshatch not to go through to the end because you want to be able to stuff the eggplant.
Don't cut yourself or the eggplant too deep.
You know how that goes, flying eggplant everywhere. But if I had a grapefruit spoon, that would probably be handy, but I don't. You know, the ones that have the teeth on the end?
That's something I have and you don't, and I used it on the artichoke, remember?
Yeah, I don't have one.
Yeah, those are, if I see one out there in my travels.
Yeah, I don't know why. I used to have one. I don't know what happened to it. Well, some things go the way of will not say out loud. So when I get these done, I'm going to start frying them and preparing the rest of my vegetables. The insides of they'll shrink down, when they start cooking.
Yeah.
But I just want to get these nice little boats. So you could get one big one. They did not have big ones at the market when I went. So
what? Where did you find those tiger striped ones?
Gorgeous babies. I got them at the marketplace. The co-op?
Actually, I think they're called zebra eggplant.
Yes.
Why did I just call it tiger? That's so wrong.
Well, because stripes, you know.
I was just thinking like Tiger King.
Oh no, I can't watch that.
I watched it for 2 seconds.
Did you? Oh my God.
It's
I couldn't watch it.
The trailer's in your face. If you go on Netflix, you can't avoid it.
I know, it's on there all the time. Now, I already had this fennel. I know I use fennel a lot, but I wanted to use the end of it because I want to grow this one. I'm going to put it in the water. So I just wanted to cut a little bit more of it before I put it in to grow.
I'll have you know, in my scallion pot outside with the ends of scallions, I also have the ends of garlic.
Awesome. Now I'm doing the end of this onion too. See the end? How beautiful that is? I'm going to cut that end off.
Like,
and that will go in a jar too.
A savory bulb pot is what I'm doing.
Oh, nice. I also already julienned these little peppers. I think, you know, I had these little tiny peppers. It's about a 1 pepper's worth and a small onion. That's what I'm cutting up so far. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in. I think that's getting hot.
It's funny. I'm roasting something right now, so I can smell the aroma of the onion and everything in my house, and I'm visually watching you do it, and so I feel like I'm in that like sensory TV where I can actually smell what you're making, and then I'm like, oh wait, it's good.
Well, you know, it's funny because people have asked me when I do my show, when I do Meatball Chronicles, if I wanted to pump in the smell of garlic or something like that. Right. But I talk about so many kinds of food in it that I thought, you know, if I'm talking about chocolate cake and you're smelling the leftover remnants of garlic, that'll take you right out. So
that's a good point.
I try to be very descriptive so you can imagine it in your own little mind.
That's a really good point. That is so pretty. You know, some people think that healthy eating is all about diversity in colors.
Yeah. I would have to say I go along with some of that because each of those colors represents a different kind of vitamin proficiency of the plant. So
you should have different colors.
I think it's a good healthy thing to have different colors.
Okay, we have a viewer who's asking a question.
Oh, great.
Shouldn't you use the ends of vegetables for composting? Well, yes, but you can also grow them. We're talking about how the bulbs, you can grow them and regrow them in your garden.
Yep.
But of course,
like this part could go in the compost if you're not a crazy person like me who saves it all.
See, Debrianna saves it for her stock, so it's all recycled.
Yes, it is. In the summer, though, I tend not to make a lot of stock because I've done it all winter, and then I'll put it in the compost.
Compost. Wow, that looks good, Debrianna.
Yeah, it's pretty, huh? All right, so now I put some garlic in there.
Does it have oil?
Yeah, there's a little bit of olive oil on the bottom.
Okay.
But you know, the eggplant sucks up, it's like a sponge. So it will be like a mushroom and suck up the oil, and then it will release the moisture as you salt it. So I just want to soften these vegetables up. And then I'm going to do the meat. So while this is cooking, I'm going to get the meat part ready.
Okay.
So this is meat from my Moik box, which I always talk about. They have they're sustainably raised family farm meat. So
where are they based? In Colorado?
I want to say Iowa, but I can't remember. I don't know if it says it on here.
Okay, the viewer is saying that she put the stock in the large freezer she has with the laugh emoji.
That is correct. I did.
Yes,
So this
she does put the stock in the freezer. Of course she does.
This is a pound of beef. I'm not going to use all of it. I'm probably going to use not quite a half because I want to mix some pork in.
Yum.
And then I'll put this back in the refrigerator, not the freezer.
Because you're going to eat it later.
And I will season this up. Now this pork is not seasoned. It's just ground pork. So I'm going to add my spices to it as if it were kind of like sausage.
Okay.
And I have, of course, my fennel seed, which is always in Italian sausage. And this is fennel that I picked from my fennel plant last year. So these are my own seeds.
Oh my God.
Aren't they pretty?
That's so cool.
Yeah, I love that. I love that I could do that. They're in there. And I'm going to switch those up and put those
So you
in.
put salt, pepper, and fennel seeds. What else?
I'm going to put some sage and parsley and thyme.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah, sure.
Remember when I borrowed that sage from you for the biscuits?
Yeah.
I just uncovered a gigantic sage plant in my backyard.
That's awesome.
I didn't even know I had it.
Well, you know, they're all starting to come back right now.
But it's huge. I have
Great.
a ton of sage. I had no idea.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's like the edible great, sage to eat, not like some weird sage or something or decorative sage. So I'm so happy.
That's great.
I know.
Yeah, I'm starting to perk up now, sending out new leaves. It does. They winter over beautifully.
I know.
That's great.
I know. It's like, wait a minute. What is this?
That's awesome. So this is starting to get soft. It'll be ready in a few minutes. Now this is my thyme from my little thyme plant. So I'm going to pull out the hard stems and put the little tiny baby leaves in here. Some of them are so green right now, I can just chop them, but I want to pull the hard stems off.
The thyme is really taking off with the warm weather right now.
Yeah, it really perked up, and that wintered over for me. Yours did, right?
It did. Well, one of them did. I had two big ones, and one of them, sorry to say, if it hasn't perked up by now, I don't know.
It may not. Yeah.
I think it's dead, but.
All right, so I'm putting I'm going to try and mush the meat together. And
okay, so someone's asking another question. How do you tell the difference in sage? Oh dear, there's so many different kinds.
You mean edible and non-edible?
I think that's what they mean. Well, edible, it's a soft kind of ears. It's like ears.
Yeah, the kind that you make like a smudge stick out of. That would look really different to me.
Yeah, that looks like, a sage stick. That's different. That's more like a whitish, light, like putty gray green, and then the edible sage looks like little green ears.
Yeah.
But there are different kinds. I mean, there's pineapple sage and.
All right, so this is looking like it's cooked down.
Oh, that looks so good. Wow.
So I'm going to add that to this bowl over here that I will be mixing everything in a minute as soon as I cook the beef down a little bit. So I'm going to put a little more oil in here, a little more olive oil, and then I'm going to put the meat in. She's looking pretty. This frying pan is from Michael Chiarello. He's that chef that designed this pan.
Wow.
And he has a good recipe for stuffed eggplant too. That's similar to this one.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm gonna cook the meat.
I was wondering how you were gonna stuff this because I stuffed tomatoes and peppers. I don't think I've ever done stuffed eggplant.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
I don't think I have.
Oh, so you're learning something. That's so great.
I mean, I love stuffing tomatoes. That's my favorite. I love.
Yeah, I do too. I really enjoy. I love stuffed peppers. I love stuffed eggplant. So I'm gonna add some of this hot pepper because we like spicy. So we're pretending spicy sausage.
Okay, a person's asking, is that a copper pan?
No, it's not. His pan has a triple bottom, and there is copper in between on the bottom of the pan. It's really thick, and so this pan holds its heat very well.
Stainless steel copper core. It has a copper core.
So I did not finish my glass of wine from the cocktail party last night, so that's going in.
And there you go, our little cocktail party. That was.
Do you need more?
That was fun with Eric, even though he couldn't hear us.
So that deglazed the pan a little bit from all of that beautiful caramelization from the vegetables and the meat. So that's done. I'm gonna put that in with my vegetables.
Wow.
And then I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Isn't that pretty?
So.
Oh my God, it smells so good.
So yummy.
So yummy. So I'm gonna, what am I gonna add to that?
Eat that on its own. You didn't even stuff your eggplant. You could eat that as is.
Yeah, you think you could. Now I have breadcrumbs. I'm probably gonna add about, I don't know, a good solid half a cup in there.
The breadcrumbs are essential to the stuffing vegetables.
Yes, they're going to help soak up some of that liquid that's in there that gets released as they continue to cook in the stuffing. And, you know, that's me saving bread ends in the freezer. Okay, I'm going to pull this over here. And I'm going to add a few more things before I stuff my eggplant. I have 1 egg, and I have cheese left from our last night pizza. So I'm going to I'm going to add probably about a cup of cheese.
Okay.
In there. Mix that in. So that's why it's kind of Parmesan, right?
So you don't put cheese on the top. You put it.
Oh, no, I will.
You're putting it inside and on top.
Inside and on the top. Yeah. So see, if this was a vegetarian mix, you would just be adding the cheese, the breadcrumbs, the nuts, and a variety of vegetables. So like you're saying, you could add mushrooms and all kinds of things. You could definitely have added more fennel than I added.
Leeks. You put leeks in there.
Yep, leeks. So I just threw an egg in there because that helps hold this together, kind of like, you know, in the way of a meatball stuffing or, you know, meatball.
It's a binder.
Yeah. All right. So this is my stuffing. Now I'm going to stuff my eggplants. My oven, by the way, is preheated to 350. And so this is all going in my eggplants.
Yum, that looks so good.
Isn't it pretty?
That's beautiful, again, for a dinner party, if you could have one.
You could have a virtual dinner party. Yeah, so I'm just going to
beautiful presentation.
Yeah, it's really pretty. And yeah, it's a great side dish too if you had if you only used vegetables in here.
Wow.
As an accompaniment to something else. I probably should have salted those eggplants, but there you go. You could, if you wanted, salt the shells.
My God, that's so beautiful.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and get all my stuffing in there. I think I might have a bit more than I need, but that's okay. I can use the rest tomorrow in some scrambled eggs. But I think I'm gonna get it all in on top. And then I have also leftover sauce from last night. But if you didn't have tomato sauce, you could just use chopped tomatoes if you had those on the top. Okay, so here's my
tomato sauce and cheese.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. Okay, so I'm gonna pour my tomato sauce on the top. Oh God, that's gonna be just enough. Yay!
The perfect amount.
That was handy. And then I'm gonna do the cheese on the top.
What kind of cheese?
I don't know. There's mozzarella in here. There's a smoked Gouda. There's aged Gouda, and there's I think a Toscano, something that there was whatever I had in the refrigerator.
It's a Corona combo.
That's it. Corona combo right here. All right, so there you go. Those are my babies.
Those are damn good. Yum.
Now those are going to cook for about an hour, like 50 minutes to an hour for the outside shell to soften up, because everything in the middle is pretty cooked.
And you eat the whole thing.
Yeah, why not?
I know that. I'm just saying for people who might not know.
No, it's like I don't know, what do you call it? A one pot dinner. You're just gonna put the eggplant on a plate. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you'd want salad with it. I don't know. That seems to be a pretty complete thing to eat. That would feed 4 people.
Like soup in a bread bowl.
Yeah, I mean, if you had a nice hearty bread on the side, a nice Italian bread that you're dipping in olive oil with garlic, be good.
Some sea salt, little sea salt.
That would be good. Or chopped herbs from the garden.
Monty doesn't even know what's happening, but he's licking his chops.
Well, I bet he can smell what you have in the oven.
I think that's what's happening.
So I'm going to regrow these two.
Okay, cool.
Yep, they're going out in the garden, and I'm going to put the rest of my meat back in. I'll have to think of something to make with that later. But if you guys don't know Moink Box, I would definitely check them out.
Put their website great. When you do the recipe. Put their website on.
Yeah, I will. They're super great. Here, I'll scroll across the bottom while we leave. If I think I can do that.
So how long do you work them for? 50 minutes, your eggplant? 50?
What? Yeah, about 50 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. I would check it at that point and just see that everything is. Yep.
So
okay.
So
tomorrow
is.
Yay! Tomorrow is Sunday.
Special
guest is coming.
We hope we're gonna have a special guest.
We're trying to book a special guest.
I think we're gonna have a special guest, and we have the photo contest winner of the week.
That's tomorrow. Yeah, there were some beautiful photographs again this week, you guys.
There have been some gorgeous ones. There really have been some beautiful ones.
Yep. So yeah, we'll be posting that tomorrow, so you can check in. And because we're going to be here. We're not going anywhere. We'll be here.
What is it, our 36th show? What are we on?
I think this is 37. Yep, 37 in a row, people.
No breaks. No breaks.
Yeah. We have to eat every day, so it's very convenient. Well, and I'm enjoying having other people join us now, so
it's really fun. It's totally fun. It's great, and I hope that we can get this guest because he's crazy in a good way.
Awesome.
And a great chef. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. But I don't want to give too much in case we don't get them.
In case we can't get them tomorrow. But he'll be on eventually.
I think we can.
There's the cameraman.
What's the cameraman doing?
Cameraman / cleanup crew. Yay!
Cleanup crew.
Well, everyone, I will post a picture of that when it's ready, and you'll see it and the recipe.
Yum. Enjoy.
Thank you. Mange, everybody, stay safe. Where is it? Stop streaming.